somebody asking you to pay 3.7 million Ghana cedis, and you responded out of time. Yes. You were given about 2 months during the audit, during the exit interview, management letter, and you responded out of time. Hey, Masa.
Yeah, Mr. Chair. Respectfully, Mr. Chair.
When they say corruption is MPs,
no.
It's politicians. Anyway, the 1.4 million, I'm giving you 90 days to pay for it. Auditors know that. 1.4 million. The CEO and the people who did the validation will pay the 1.4 million in 90 days. Recommended that the chief executive officer should recover the salaries of 350,000 with interest at the Bank of Ghana prevailing rate from the separatist staff and their guarantors, and pay same into the Auditor General's recovery account at Bank of Ghana, failing which the chief executive officer should pay. And I will go with the auditor's recommendation. Chief executive officer, you are going to pay this amount also.
Tamale Teaching Hospital. The first infraction has to do with unearned salaries. 1,449,000 Ghana cedis. And the recommendation is that the chief executive should recover these amounts. And if you look at the individuals, you find them on Appendix K of the report. My question is, most of the times, 1 month, 2 months, normal. But when you go through the report, you have 13 months, 22 months, 16 months, 60. Over a year, you are validating people who are actually not coming to work. That is where the seriousness is. You have some of them, the type of separations that we do have. Deceased. That means the person is dead. You have resignation. The person wrote a letter saying, I'm no more working. And we never found this letter and continuously validating the person. A deceased person was validated for 26 months. 26 months. That is over 2 years. Somebody who was dead. And I wonder how that person really was working. So what have you done? Have you been able to recover some of these amounts or all of it?
Yeah, Madam Chair, we were able to recover some amount. In all, we recovered 303,558.68. That's about 21% of the amount we are talking about. We, before we came here, we had gotten letters from some banks that are declining, though they have stopped the transfer to government chest. So maybe at the close of this session, we will make a prayer to this house for the house to make an order directing those banks to transfer. No, we have that, Mr. Chair.
Sir,
like
sir.
I said, we have written to the banks.
Sir,
they have paid.
Sir, let me ask you something.
Yes.
Look at Habib Napare.
Mm-hmm.
Reason date of separation was 2022.
Yes.
This guy had died. Didn't you go to the funeral? And you validated this dead person for 26 months. And you are coming to tell Parliament to do what?
To go to the bank and
Good. That's okay. We have taken a cue from that, Mr. Chair. Yes. So we have recovered, like I mentioned earlier, 303,558.68. We have forwarded a total list to Yoko to help us. Yoko has written back demanding for their respective files of persons involved. We have submitted that.
Director, first, have you shown evidence of these recoveries?
Sure.
The 21% to the auditors?
Yes, at the Tamale office, yes, we have done that. But maybe if they can validate that here, please.
When did you submit that to the auditors?
I think it's about 3 weeks ago. We were invited to the Ministry of Health after a meeting with the audit team. We went back and we finished the audit team in Tamale with all these pieces of evidence, please.
The number of letters that you've received, how many of these individuals does it cover? We are looking at over 70 people. Has any of them, what number, can you just tell us briefly, how many of these individuals have finished paying the amount? Because some of them you have 1 month in them. Those ones, it doesn't become an actual problem because probably the person left in a month, you probably may not see that. But those ones that increases from, say, 4 months going, that is where the issues are. So aside the letters that you've written to UCO and their files, what exactly is the administration also doing to recover these amounts? Or is it that those that are alive are not in this country anymore?
Exactly the case, my lord. Madam Chair.
Okay, so. Yeah.
Yes.
You see, it seems I just provided you with an answer.
No, there's evidence to that, please.
There's evidence to the fact that those
Some of them
individuals
are out of the country.
Some-
Yes. Yes, please. Because the special prosecutor came into this matter, they have written to them, and they made some payments directly to special prosecutor.
they've made some payment. Is
Yes.
it part of the 300,000?
No. We have records of some payments to special prosecutor through us, but they made some payment directly to special prosecutor.
Do you have evidence as to how much has been made through the special prosecutor?
We wrote to them to have update on how much has been retrieved from those people. We haven't had a response yet.
How did you know they've made payments to them?
Sorry?
How did you know that payments have been made to the special prosecutor?
Oh, we called them. We had their contact, we called them, and we were in touch with special prosecutor. The officers who came around, we were in touch with them. They said some have paid. So we formally wrote to special prosecutor to give us updates on how much has been retrieved so far from those category of persons.
When was that letter written to the special prosecutor?
Uh, 21st of August, 2025.
You see, it is this year,
Yes, please.
almost 5 clear months after the audit. And you see the problem. You are very quick to stress on the fact that somebody ought to do the job that you ought to have done. Because you were verifying them. The special prosecutor had no idea. People were dead for 26 months. People had left to resign for 18 months and the rest. And they kept validating them. You kept validating them. It means the HR cares none, head of department cares none. And we end up here telling Yoko and special prosecutor to go after those individuals when you just could have used your pen to cross their names out of a payroll. And that's the problem. So please, verify and reconcile with the special prosecutor to know how much. And don't leave the rest for anybody to do. Try and find them. You know where they are.
That's okay.
And with the banks, it is a duty that you also ought to do. Because if you tell us to give a directive, that one, we'll leave that one to chairman and the committee to decide. But I think it's not right.
That's okay.
Because you are quick so that you can leave yourself out and we would want the committee to give a directive. That's why we were asked, did anybody attend the funeral of Habib? You did. Gave donation. Even gave his PV, Provident Fund out. And you still came back verifying him.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, maybe moving forward, we'll ask you to bring the validators along so they speak to it. Maybe they saw the person's ghost or they saw the person somewhere. That's how come a deceased person will be validated for 26 good months. And then somebody who has worked for more than 3 months, 6 months, running every day to Controller and Accountant General, just to be validated. So moving forward, we'll ask that you bring validators who flout these rules, knowing very well that the person is dead. You validate the person for close to almost how many years? 2 years and over. So, Mr. Chairman, I think that is what we should do. If you are cited for any payment of unearned salaries, you come with your validators. Then they will speak to it. Maybe if it's a ghost, if it's someone who is deceased, they saw the person somewhere, sitting somewhere, working, and then they can tell us the reason why they validated dead people for 26 good months. So I think it is something we should all take serious. The Auditor General, moving forward, wherever you cite an infraction of payment of unearned salaries, add to your recommendations that should they not conclude on this before it is put in your reports, they should appear with the validators at the Public Accounts Committee for hearing. Yes, thank you.
The recommendation of the auditors is we recommended that the Chief Executive Officer should recover the amount of 1.4 million with interest at the prevailing Bank of Ghana rate from the separatist staff or the next of kin of the deceased staff and pay same into the Auditor General's recoveries account at Bank of Ghana, failing which the Chief Executive Officer and validators should pay. And that's going to be my ruling. The Chief Executive Officer and the validators are going to pay this amount. It's just that simple. Auditors, take note. You see, what worries me over here, management's respond. Management did not respond to the observation. They can't be bothered. Ioko, you take care of it. Parliament, you take care of it. Was I the one validating them? So that's my ruling. The next infraction is on paragraph 1429. Honorable Annex Enim would take care of that one.
Thank you, Chair. So this infraction has to do with non-redemption of bond. So the auditors noted that 5 officers who were granted steady leave with pay vacated posts and failed to serve their bond periods as required. The officers were required to refund a total of 350,000. So the recommendation is that the Chief Executive should recover the salaries of 350,000 with interest at the Bank of Ghana prevailing rates. How much of this has been recovered, Chief Executive?
Mr. Chairman, we have almost recovered all of it. Some of the management, one of the staff was a UDS staff, and UDS and TTH, usually most UDS medical school staff are recruited from TTH. So one of them...
To make it simple, just state how much has been recovered, not the history around it.
No, I'm thinking that's for those ones. I think apart from the UDS staff, whose the number of months he has served was about 23 months. The rest, we couldn't recover it. And we have also referred same to Yoko, and we are following the grantors to help us retrieve the monies from them. Many of these people are also not on site.
Chief Executive, I think I didn't really understand the situation with the UDS part, but can you confirm I think we have 97,000, 42,000, 34, 89, 86. How much of this has been paid or recovered so far?
Madam Chair, these staff, like my CEO indicated earlier, one had served 23 months instead of 24. Then he transitioned to UDS and providing teaching services to our staff. Then one other person, that's Catherine, had served the 36 months, but vacated posts thereafter. So apart from that, the other persons, the other three of the unserved
So you are
still
indicating
outstanding. There are
from
five.
the evidence you just provided that Alasan Usmanu, who was supposed to serve 24 months,
Yes.
had done 23 months.
Yes.
Then again, Sumani Hanan was supposed to do 36, which he completed all 36.
No.
How much of?
So we have not retrieved any from these persons as yet.
Okay.
But I'm saying that out of these, two of them,
Okay.
more or less, have served the bond.
So
That's Catherine and
what's the evidence of them serving these bond periods?
oh, they have been at post actually
Okay.
for this period.
So when the auditors came,
Yes.
were these people at post?
When they came back the last time, this was verified.
Okay.
This was verified.
Okay.
Yes.
So can you confirm if you verified these two people?
Yes, Honorable Chair, for the two, we can confirm that they have served the bond. The Catherine issue was the dilemma because Hassan, it was rather Hassan, who has served 23 months out of the 24. And is now with UDS and 7 over there. So now the issue is whether we should count that as part of the period of 7, the bond. But if that is even taken into account, what we have is that the other 3, they are yet to recover any amount from them.
So what steps have you put in place?
Madam Chair, they form part of the names we ceded to Yoko to follow up on that for us.
Chair.
Look, you see, what is worrying about Tamale Teaching Hospital? That you don't care. When you were giving the letter, management letter, what was management's response? Management did not respond to this observation. 350,000. Look, anyway, the 1.4 million, I'm giving you 90 days to pay for it. Auditors know that. 1.4 million. The CEO and the people who did the validation will pay the 1.4 million in 90 days. How much have they collected on this one, on the non-redemption of the bond? 42,000. And let me read you the recommendation. We recommended that the chief executive officer should recover the salaries of 350,000 with interest at the Bank of Ghana prevailing rate from the separatist staff and their guarantors, and pay same into the Auditor General's recovery account at Bank of Ghana, failing which the chief executive officer should pay. And I will go with the auditor's recommendation. Chief executive officer, you are going to pay this amount also. Now let's go to the next infraction. The next infraction is unaccounted staff for 12.9 million. Honorable Duke will take care of that one.
Mr. Chairman, paragraph 1432. Unaccounted staff for 12.962,120 cedis, 12,962,120 cedis. This is the findings there. The auditors noted that 129 employees with a total compensation paid of 12,962,119.56 for the period January 22 to April 24th were not at post when a head count was conducted and verification exercise to establish the existence and eligibility of the staff on the hospital's nominal roll and electronic salary payment vouchers in April 2024. So they recommended that two recommendations. The first one, we recommend that the Chief Executive Officer should immediately ensure the termination of these names on the payroll for the amount of 12,962,119.56 as unearned salaries paid to these unknown persons with interest at the prevailing Bank of Ghana rates. The second recommendation was the Chief Executive Officer should conduct an investigation to establish how these people were put on the payroll and ensure that punitive measures are taken against the officers who will be found culpable. Mr. Chairman, what is of concern is the management did not respond to this observation.
Clerk, this is a special case that we need to refer to the Auditor Attorney General for special prosecution. There need to be a forensic audit of Tamale Teaching Hospital. 12.9 million Ghana cedis, ghost names. And they didn't care. They didn't respond. Management did not respond to this observation. And you have rather gone to Yoko. Yoko would turn around and then come and investigate you. The next one is on.
Madam Chair, if we can respond to this quickly, please.
Sir.
Yes.
We should have responded within 30 days to the auditors. You didn't respond.
It is true that we responded out of time. That is true. We responded out of
Sir,
time.
if somebody is asking you to pay 12.9 million, I don't know how much you have in your account, and I don't have that in my account as a politician, where everybody will call me corrupt. If somebody is asking me to pay 12.9, and I know that this is not my fault, I'll respond within a day or two. But you did not respond at all. I think the Attorney General will have time to prosecute you guys. Let's go to the next.
So, no, Mr. Chair, if I can respond to this, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
we are listening.
Yes, thank you very much. If you look at this infraction, a detailed review was done, and out of this number, it was established that 29 persons were at post, and they had gone through all the processes. They went for the head count and all that. Then official transfer letters that could not be found were made available. So if you look at that infraction, the outstanding figure, it's rather 1,646,77.23, out of which 57,110. A review has been done with the auditors. So it's not a case that we have not deferred the matter to the auditors to validate. No, please.
The Attorney General will deal with you on that one. Thank you. The next one is unapproved steady leave with pay for 3.7 million Ghana cedis.
Mr. Chair, respectfully, if I may respectfully draw this House back for a moment, if I'm permitted, please.
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Good,
sir.
thank you. I made a submission on behalf of the facility in respect of this 12 million that is on the table. Respectfully, my Lord, Mr. Chair, we have not crossed over to validate from the auditors. And I think that this was done, and we invited them, they came for the review, and this is what the records say.
Which one
Mr.
are
Chair.
you talking about?
The third infraction, the 12 million infraction that we indicated earlier.
Auditors, the 12 million, what amount is that? Because whether it's 1 million or 12 million, you'll
Honorable
be dealing
Chair.
with the Attorney General.
Honorable Chair, so as part of the audit process, a head count was done, and these were persons that did not present themselves for the head count. Now, an observation was issued to them to come back to us with a response as to whether these individuals actually existed. But at the time, that information was not given. Management letter, the response did not come. The Auditor General's letter came out, and we did not receive a response. Now, the last status report that I had, as at August 8th, indicated that, yes, with the assertions that
August
he...
8th,
Of this month.
2025?
Last month, yeah, 2025.
Good.
That they came with these assertions that he is making that some of these staff some of them had actually separated, some of them had gone on transfers and all that. Well, the documents were not made available at the time. But as at the time of 8th August 2025, those assertions were also not backed with documents. But I have received information from the team that did the work. But with your leave, if you allow me to take personal interest in this matter and follow up and really furnish the committee the status of the issue, because I want to really assure myself that what I'm seeing here is what the situation actually is.
Thank you very much. Yeah, they will get the information, and it will be for the Attorney General, because they didn't respond to the auditors. Now, yes, so he is going to pursue, the Auditor General is going to pursue it. Now, unapproved steady leave with pay, 3.7 million Ghana cedis. What has happened to it?
Mr. Chair, with this infraction, steady leave were provided. I mean, they went on steady leave, and the files were put together, and the documentation recovered and placed on them. So they came and had a look at them, and they went. That means that the approval was given before they went to school. Yeah. I did.
Sir, you see, you don't pay attention to the auditors anyway. Here, let me read you paragraph 1439. Our review of the personnel records revealed that the management of the hospital allowed 14 officers to proceed on steady leave with pay in 2022 without approval. Management was unable to provide the duration of the steady leave. We further noted that these officers were not at post at the time of the head count in April 2024. That's 2 years. You were given, when they came there for the audit, I bet Tamale Teaching Hospital, they probably spent about 3 weeks over there, didn't they? And then after the 3 weeks, they had an exit interview with you, didn't they? They gave you a management letter afterwards, and you had 30 days to respond. What was management's response? Management did not respond to the observation. Now, let me read you the recommendation. We recommended that the chief executive officer should immediately ensure the termination of these names on the payroll and recover the full amount of 3.7 million Ghana cedis as unearned salaries with interest at the prevailing Bank of Ghana rate, and pay same into the Auditor General's recoveries account at Bank of Ghana, failing which the Chief Executive Officer and the validators should pay. I stand by the auditor's recommendation. You are going to pay 3.7 million Ghana cedis. The Auditor General will take care of you. Thank you very much, Tamale Teaching Hospital. You don't respond to auditors. Maybe this is the only thing that is going to shake you so that you respond. You are discharged.
Mr. Chair.
Now, Bono District Hospital, please.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if I have the permission to.
You have the permission to,
Good.
yes.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chair, it is not the case that management teaching hospital do not just care. That is not the case, respectfully.
Did you respond to the auditors?
That is why I indicate, Mr. Chair, that we responded out of time. I must admit. We responded out of time.
Somebody asking you to pay 3.7 million Ghana cedis, and you responded out of time. Yes. You were given about 2 months during the audit, during the exit interview, management letter, and you responded out of time. Hey, Masa.
Yeah, Mr. Chair. Respectfully, Mr. Chair.
When they say corruption is MPs,
No.
it's politicians. Sir, you are discharged. Let's go to Bongo District, please. It's Upper East Region.
For him to temper justice with mercy, to temper justice with mercy, because it is not the case.
Tamale Teaching Hospital, you are discharged.
Thank you very much.
Now, Upper East Region, Bongo District. No. Is Bongo District ready? If not, let's move to another one. What about Presbyterian Primary Health Care, Bolgatanga? Okay.